My wife thinks I have a low sex drive. Truth is, acronyms: HLM, Shocked High Libido Male; LLF, Chateau Low Libido Female; DB, Shockers Dead Bedroom. So my wife is indeed a beautiful lady. I'm not interested in cheating or going behind her back. She just thinks we don't have a lot of sex because I have a low sex drive. Truth is, we don't have a lot of sex because we have it the way she wants it, and little to never how I want it. I'm all for using vibrators and whatever else to get her off as many times as possible. I'm a huge fan of oral and can eat front and back for days, but she scarcely returns the favor. She once said, "If you shower before bed, I'll do it." So for a week straight, I made sure I was showered and clean, because let's be real, who wants to go down on a smelly person? Totally reasonable request. So I would do my oral on her and indicate I'd like to be on the receiving end. To no avail. I have a high sex drive, but she has become a selfish lover, and coming from a man, it's pretty comical to say this. I have no words at this point, and I'm pretty close to just giving up sex altogether. It one yes, I have talked to my wife plenty of times about this issue. A lot of you guys said the same thing, which, hey, emotional maturity is fucking impossible to find. But yes, I am wide open with my concerns in more than just the sexual aspect in our marriage. Update first things first. Thank you all so much for the love and support and advice. I didn't expect that post to get so much traction. Apparently it even made its way to TikTok. Now if you read the last post, and maybe a few others of mine, the TLDR is my wife is a lazy and selfish lover. And at this point, person. I have been in therapy myself and I've tried couples counseling as well. I have brought my concerns to her in a healthy, calm manner. And safe to say, I've tried pretty much everything. As most of us know, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Here's an update. I made my signature dish because it was demanded by me in laws that I make it. We go over food and such. After we eat, I took a little snooze on the couch. My wife woke me up and said, "Hey, I need you to watch the kids. I'm going to have some wine." I mean, alright, no problem. So, while she's drinking and playing games with her family, I got put on kid duty for all the kids. I'm also the fun uncle, so I didn't really care. I did care as my wife got progressively more and more intoxicated. When we left, I literally had to throw her over my shoulder while carrying both kiddos to the car. We got home, I made her drink water, got the kids around and put them to sleep, and helped my wife sober up a bit. We watched some TV, and surprisingly she cuddled into me and thanked me for taking care of her and the kids, and she didn't mean to have so much wine. Alright, I'm always pleased with self-awareness. Literally just that little bit washed away any irritation I had. I carried her to bed and laid her down. Got her some water and ibuprofen and a bucket just in case. Got her set up in bed. About 2 hours later I heard my son crying, so I went to get him. He had some nightmares, so I got him settled down, put him back to bed. Few hours later my daughter woke up because she peed through her pull-up. I got her back to sleep. When I got back into bed, my wife was awake. I asked what was wrong. Her response was, "I was drunk. And you didn't even try to do anything to me." No, because even if we are married, I'm not going to take advantage of you. That's pathetic. I laid back down and she said, "If you want, we can have sex before you go back to bed." Mind you, this was 4:30, and I was fucking beat, and my mental fortitude was gone. And this is, in my personal opinion, not the correct way to respond. Said, "If you want to have sex, you're going to have to give me head first. I'm not hard, and I'm not doing anything to get it going." She goes, "Well, I guess never mind." A couple of hours later, the alarm went off. I got up, got the kids around, and my coffee. She comes out a few hours later dressed and says, "Why didn't you wake me up? You were up like 4 times with the kids. I was gonna let you sleep." Nah, it's okay. You didn't even budge at my alarm this morning, so I figured you still needed to sleep. "Why are you dressed?" She said the girls want to go Black Friday shopping and was wondering if I wanted to go. Nah, I'll hang out with the kids and watch movies. They are going to have a rough day. And that brings me to now. Having a cuddly movie day with my kids who are tired. She's out shopping, and I need another cup of coffee. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Edit. I posted the 3rd update, but it was marked as spam. Currently trying to get that resolved for you guys. Secondly, I posted in the DB Reddit to try and get some tips to help boost her libido, and someone said she may just be using my love of giving oral as masturbation. Turns out, dude was spot on. After we had a really good talk Saturday, I'm actually really hurt by her never saying anything. I genuinely at a loss for words. 3rd post. Hey all, I, 30HLM, am looking to reignite my bedroom with my wife, 28LF. Some quick background, I am a giver. I love giving oral, so I do go down on her frequently. and I am being serious here, it's almost daily. I would like to give her one or two before we move on. The issue is, our sex life slowly declined until about mid-June. Since then, we have had sex a handful of times, but I still go down on her almost daily. I have no problems getting her to the peak, if you catch my drift, but as soon as she gets one, she just kind of rolls over and doesn't want to continue. Now, I don't watch porn, recovered addict and sticking to it. And I don't masturbate. Any advice to help get her to bring her libido back up to my level? Edit. Have, in the short time I've posted this, discovered she has been using my love of giving oral as a means of masturbation, and also thought that since I loved it so much that it got me off too. Fourth post. So a lot has happened since Thanksgiving. Black Friday. After we put the kids down on Saturday, I sat my wife down and told her for the first time she's going to listen to what I have to say, and she will not interrupt or say anything back. I explained everything. How I'm feeling so awful because of her lack of interest, because of her laziness, and how it's not okay to just simply not exist, because I come home from work. I explained it's not okay anymore to be a selfish lover because I am too good of a man-husband to feel unworthy of love. The rest of the night she didn't really say much. The following morning, I woke up suddenly to my kids playing in the living room. I instinctively ran out to see what they were into and how big of a mess there was. To my surprise, my wife was playing with them. She said she was sorry that she woke me up. She didn't realize how her lack of attention and interest was hurting me so much. So far, so good. Monday rolls around. I posted in the Dead Bedroom Reddit to maybe get some advice from some LL people on how to get my wife more interested in having sex. Someone suggested maybe she was being a pain in the ass and using my love of giving daily oral as a form of masturbation. I didn't even think of this possibility until they said something. So I asked bluntly if that's what she was doing. She responded with yes. That's what she was doing, but figured since I loved it so much that it was okay, that me going down on her multiple times was all I wanted. Nope. I didn't say much after that and kinda just stared off into space thinking about how I was nothing better than a sex toy to her. I woke up early this morning feeling just horny as all hell, so I decided I was going to wake her up with my tongue and give it one last Hail Mary attempt. I got into position and nope, she's too tired. At this point, seriously, I am really stunned. Help me. Edit. So a lot of you guys have said to stop giving, so last night and this morning I kept to myself. When she rolled out of bed, she was pretty much pissed immediately. She kicked a pile of small boxes that I had neatly put together to take outside for garbage day. She was tossing things that were in her way. Had a short temper towards our kids. This did not fly, and you best believe Papa Bear came out, and was saying nasty things as I was heading at the door because I didn't make her coffee this morning. Edit to us, update. She canceled our marital counseling session without telling me, so we didn't go last night. She felt it was a waste of time when there's nothing wrong with our marriage. Took that time to deep clean my kitchen out of anger after my kids went down because I genuinely did not have it in me to even look at her. I have refused to give her any sexual attention, and I can see the frustration on her face about it. I'm still holding strong, but it really sucks when that was literally the only attention that our marriage had anymore. Pretty much a single dad at this point. Fifth post. So this is a halfway update. What I plan to do in a final attempt to fix this. Right now, we have had a DB for years. Whenever we did have sex, it was pretty much on her LLF terms. Me being HL, for the past 6 months, I have been going down in her almost daily to try and get her libido to match mine. It has not been working, so the past few days I have stopped giving. It's been about 5 days since I done it, and my wife is acting short-tempered and cranky, but has not initiated anything. Last night we got into a big disagreement about some stuff and divorce was put on the table, not just because of our DB, but because of a plethora of other issues. I have also decided that I am going to up my fitness. I've been doing boxing to enjoy the full body workout, but now, I am going to do my best to become a certified DILF. I know working out typically can increase libido, so I may need some more support from all you wonderful people. If I can get super fit and she still doesn't find me attractive enough to actually initiate, then I have no clue what else to do. Update 4. I am writing this, sitting in my shower with tears of confusion streaming down my face. After a pretty big fight, I have told my wife to go sleep at her parents' house for the next few days. At this point, I'm emotionally, physically, and spiritually drained. This is an update, so let me back it up a few days to fill you all in. Saturday, December 17th. Discussed with my in-laws the previous day to take the kids over to spend the day with them, to have a day to ourselves with my wife. Woke up early, Got them dressed, fed, and out the door. Dropped them off at their grandparents'. Came back, wife was still sleeping. I immediately went to work by picking up the living room, vacuumed, made sure everything was nice and tidy. Went into the kitchen, put away the dishes that were washed the night prior. Swept, mopped, wiped down counters where I missed the night before. She came out around 9 a.m., asked where the kids were, explained, and was immediately met with annoyance. Asked why I would just pawn our kids off. They aren't her parents' responsibility. We literally never ask her parents for anything, which is why they were actually excited to spend the day with them, etc. I made her a coffee and kept cleaning. Scrubbed the bathroom floor to ceiling every nook and cranny, swept, mopped, cleaned laundry room top to bottom, put away all of our clothes, cleaned both kids' rooms. You get the idea. She took a nap at 12, woke up at 4:30-ish. I had laid out a nice little date outfit for her so we could go out and have a little date. She told me she didn't feel like going anywhere. Fair enough. Let me cook for you. It's more intimate that way anyway. Made one of her favorites. Was flirting with her the entire time I was cooking. Opened a bottle of wine. I came into the living room wearing a nice suit. To see the outfit I picked out for her, still on the counter. Okay. We ate, cuddled up watching a TV show for a little bit, and I tried to get a little more intimate, and she said she was too tired. Sunday, December 18th. Spent the whole day picking at each and every decision I made, second-guessing everything to the point of me getting a hairline close to blowing a gasket. Monday, Tuesday. Typical me waking up with kids, feeding them, working, cooking, cleaning. Nothing really to report. Today, December 21st. I left a roast out for her to put in the slow cooker. I had to leave for work early, so I didn't have the time. Texted her the instructions. If anyone knows, an all-day slow cooker roast is literally the most comfort of comfort meals. At least for me it is. I texted her around 3 expressing how excited I was to come home for this roast. I didn't put it in. Okay. That really sucks, but I'll do it tomorrow. I asked her to just pull out chicken so it can thaw out. She didn't even do that. The moment I walked through the door, she went and sat in the shower. While she was in the shower and I was cooking, my daughter got into her makeup. While cleaning her up, I told her she was beautiful enough as is, and I didn't think she needed this. And from the next room, my wife yelled at me to not make her feel bad or put her down. So I asked her, how would you like for me to handle this if it happens again? The absolute venom in her response genuinely upset me because it's an innocent question. This led to us arguing the entire time to ourselves, me trying to hold off until the kids went down, her yelling in my face. After we got the kids down, I went to her car, started it, came back in and let her yell for a few more minutes and then told her to get the fuck out of my house. That she is done speaking to me like I'm trash, that I deserve better, that I deserve to be loved, that I am a better husband that she ever deserved on her best day. She fought with me on leaving, but I got her some clothes, put them in my duffel bag, gave it to her, phone charger and everything she needed. When she told me she was taking the kids with her, my cool and calm demeanor instantly snapped. I'm not a physically imposing person. I'm not a rude or mean person. I stepped right to her face and, without touching her, told her, if she thinks she can take my kids from me, she can try. She left. Her dad, whom is a man I have great respect for, came over, asked for my side. I explained and he put his hand on my shoulder. Didn't say a word. Just stood up. Walked to the door, turned to me. Tears in his eyes as well, said, I didn't raise her like that. So here I am. Mad. Sad. Hurt. Broken. Thank you all for reading and giving me your support. A lot of you said nice things. Some of you called me a doormat. I'm proud to say I stood up for myself and my children. I have already sat down with lawyers to discuss an exit strategy, and I'm scared to death. I'll lose my kids. Hopefully next update is a positive one. Jan 5, 2023. Update 5. First and foremost, wow. All of you, across all platforms, are amazing. Thank you to everyone with kind words, support, and even the people who message me, literally, just to see if I'm okay. I'm giving you all my biggest virtual dad hugs. With that being said, the first part of this is probably going to piss you off, but please bear with me. The night after I asked my wife to leave for a few days, her dad came back over. We had a really good talk about what's going on with my wife. He, like many of you, came to the conclusion she was depressed. Told her that she needed to get off her butt and get help, or she was going to lose her family. I haven't said to her 100 times over. It was nearing bedtime for my kids, and he knew that. So he asked if he could take my kids with him that night, so they could do Christmas Eve in the morning with them. Mind you, this was Christmas Eve, so I allowed it. Got their clothes together and sent them on their way. My house was deadly quiet, and that was upsetting. I decided to have a few drinks and asked myself if this is what my life would be if I left her for good. An empty house, no laughter of my kids, knowing they aren't sleeping but a few feet from me in a different room. It felt wrong. The following morning, I went over to her parents for Christmas Eve, played the good dad and husband, got toys, gifts for everyone, spent the whole day doing my best to put on that brave face. When it came time to go, I asked my wife to come home with me. I didn't want my kids waking up Christmas morning without their mom. I put the kids down, finished wrapped gifts, and went to bed a little early. I got the wife a new copy of Pokémon Scarlet, new headphones, kids broke hers, a new Kindle since she wanted a waterproof one, and foot warmer since her feet are always cold when she sits at her desk. I got, from her, a new desk mat, which honestly was spot on. I needed it. The next couple of days went well with the except of everything in my house. Breaking that was related to the toilet and shower. The work week went fine. Just did my normal cooking and cleaning. Then New Year's Eve rolled around. Put the kids down. I sat with her on the couch, told her we need to talk. To figure something out because we both know we are at the edge of a cliff and I'm ready to jump. I tell her to just talk to me. Tell me anything. Tell me she's depressed. Tell me there's something wrong. Hell, I will even take you. Telling me you're having an affair because, hey, at least you're talking to me. What she said next kind of rocked me. She said she loves me, ate the father of her kids, but she doesn't love me anymore, and she's been trying to figure out how to say it for months. She used me as a tool to get her orgasm. She took out all her frustration out on me, used me as a punching bag, and it pissed her off knowing that no matter what she did, that I never stopped being warm, never stopped being kind, never stopped being thoughtful, never for a day decided to stoop to her level. She thought that I was no longer interested in her physically since I stopped initiating the intimacy. I corrected her. She objectified my love of giving. She told me no too many times. She treated me like I was some idiot who at no point knew what I was doing when it came to everyday tasks. No one wants to have sex with someone who is constantly making them feel unworthy. We concluded that we both are here for the kids. It's unhealthy and not fair to either of us. It's not fair to the kids. I've been watching single dad videos and looking at other subreddits, forums, basically everything, and I'm terrified of the next steps. We both agreed that if divorce came, the past that we would be as amicable as possible for our kids. We don't want any resentment or unkind feelings to get in the way of what's best for them. I am already in therapy. I'm encouraging her to get some as well. I need to sleep, but I haven't slept. Right since. Even as I'm writing this, I'm in bed feeling pretty numb. I'll respond to comments on here when I have the energy. I've been getting a lot of TikTok people, so I made an account so I can read comments and respond there as well. Again, thank you all for your support and advice. You have no idea how much it means. Edit. Noticed a couple of typos. Kids went over on Christmas Eve. We celebrated Christmas Eve at her parents' house. Christmas at my house. I apologize for the confusion there. Jan 27. I feel like I'm losing my mind lately. With everything going on, with going through the motions of divorce, trying to get debt paid off, some medical issues going on with myself and my son, work, I'm just feeling like I'm constantly at the tipping point of my sanity. The only people I can normally vent to are mutual friends, and I don't want anything to get back to my wife. I'm afraid of the custody battle ahead of me with my kids. I'm frustrated all the time. I have a lack of motivation to keep up with my daily chores. I'm just spread really thin at this point, and I have no idea what to do. I'm trying to keep my head up and keep a brave face of the kids, but really I just feel like I'm drowning. Feb 6. I am at my wit's end with this. For anyone who has been following my story, let's all collectively heavy sigh. I've had a migraine for almost a week due to a pinched nerve in my back. It has been causing me a lot of discomfort. I got my kids cold over the weekend, so let's add in the sinus pressure of a cold, and you got a recipe for a grumpy and strained person. I'm not the type of person to ask for help with chores or a break from my kiddos. However, yesterday, during their nap time, I decided to take one as well. The wife came and laid in bed with me, and when the kids woke up about an hour and changed later, I asked my wife if she would get them so I could rest a little more. A simple and eloquent no came out. Okay then, I got up, got the kids, watched a movie, and relaxed. Started up dinner. Approx. 2 hours after I woke up. She came out and sits on the couch and I hear her scrolling through TikTok. I finish up dinner and she comes in the kitchen and goes, "You know we have leftovers. Let's just do that." Since I made penne pasta, I just threw it in a glass pan and said, sure, we can have this tomorrow. So I don't have to cook. Fast forward to us putting down the kids. After we did that, I asked if she would be willing to do the dishes for me. She laughed and said, no fucking way. Okay. Well, I'm not doing them either. This morning she sent me 2 pictures. One of the trash can, which was full, and the other of the full sink with the message, "This is unacceptable." Admittedly, I forgot to grab the trash this morning. I did tell her I'd take it out, but I genuinely forgot. I explained I'd take it out when I got home and do the dishes. Her response was, instead of being lazy and not doing anything, next time just ask for help if you're not feeling well. When I read that message, I audibly laughed. I texted back simply, I asked for help twice. Twice I was told no. I'll handle it when I get home. To which she sent a flurry of, oh, I'm the worst partner. I'm just the shittiest. I'm a bad wife, etc. I get if you don't want to pull your weight, but now we out here gaslighting. I am reminded daily why I am on the exit path with this woman, but every single day I am more and more worried about what is going to happen with me and my kids. I'm fighting for them, obviously, but to say it's an uphill battle is a goddamn understatement. Feb 22 final update. Hey all, I appreciate every one of you for following along with me on this journey. I come bearing good news. To catch everyone up since the last update, it's been your standard wife just vibing while I clean, cook, take care of the house, and everything else. For the past few weeks, I've been working on myself. Working out, eating better, drinking more water, just really focusing on me when the kids aren't around. Last night it really came to a head, however. I've been having a depressive spell the past few days and really just have no motivation for anything extra. She looked at me and asked me, why do you look so down these past couple of days? It could have been the sleep deprivation or depression, honestly. I don't know, but I responded with, it's really hard to be happy when you're around. We sat for a little bit in silence, and I just told her that I'm tired of constantly being belittled, yelled at, treated like I'm never good enough while she sits on her perch and a broken record and barks orders. I told her I know we don't want the kids in daycare, but we need to figure something out because I'm done. I don't want to be in this marriage anymore. I don't want to be her husband anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know what the future holds. What I do know is I'm going to be going through with divorce. I deserve happiness. I deserve to be loved. I'm terrified of the upcoming battle for my kids. I'm excited to enter the dating pool. Kind of. Not exactly. But again, all of you, thank you for your kind messages and support. I'll be sure to check in from time to time. I think this is still ongoing, even though OP is declaring this the final update. Let me know if you disagree. We have come to the end of our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Tell us what you think about this story in the comments.